This seems like a typical football game. It even sounds like one, too. But take a closer look. On one of the sidelines between the benches, you'll find a cross with the number 50 on it. In the stands, the 5 and 0 are also prominently displayed. Because you see, for the town of Edna and their Cowboys, it's no longer just about winning, even though that's the best way to cope with unspeakable loss.
I don't know how we did it.
15-year-old Noah Ortiz had a passion for this game.
He was a good football player, real good football player.
As a sophomore, he earned a starting spot along the varsity defensive line.
Just a courageous young man. I mean, he was the kind of kid you always want to coach. You wish they were all like that.
He helped guide the Cowboys to the playoffs this season. It's the best team this town of 5,500 has seen since 1991. And with the round 3 game against Ingram Moore fast approaching, Noah and his teammates were focused on one thing.
We were at practice, we were talking about how we're ready for this game.
And we begin with breaking news in Jackson County, where officials are searching a burned-out mobile home for 5 children.
Well, I got a phone call. I was up getting ready for the school that morning, got a phone call.
On the morning of November 25th, a fire broke out at Noah's home. By the time emergency responders arrived on the scene, the house was fully engulfed in flames. 2 of Noah's brothers, Julian and Nicholas, along with his 2 sisters, Ariana and Liliana, never made it out. Neither did Noah, who lost his life trying to save them.
And I woke up that morning, Dad came in, and he told me the news, and I just fell. I broke out. I cried. I just seen him yesterday. I just talked to him yesterday. I just heard him yesterday. And then my dad telling me he was gone.
She went to bed with everybody in bed, and good night, I love you. And the next morning, your life is just changed forever. And it was just devastating.
It's just something we're not used to around here. I mean, we have never lost somebody on a team like that before.
The tragedy left Edna stunned.
And this is so sad to see the whole family, the children die.
It left the football team asking why.
Losing him was like losing one of my own brothers.
And wondering how they would be able to take the field just 3 days later in the biggest game of their lives.
And I said, guys, I think what we need to do now, I think Noah would be proud of us. The way we honor him is we go out and play good football now.
Wearing altered helmets that now don Noah's number 50, several players hugged Noah's parents who were in attendance, and the Cowboys took the field.
It wasn't the same. You know, we were used to Noah going out there, him getting down his stance, and then firing off the ball, getting through the line, trying to get a tackle. It just wasn't the same without seeing Noah on the field.
But even with heavy hearts, Edna immediately grabbed control of the game, the ball bouncing in their favor most of the night. In the fourth quarter, the Cowboys drove the field and got into the end zone for one final touchdown, making the score 50-28.
When we saw the 5-0 on the board, we were telling Coach, hey, let's just not kick the ball, let's just leave the 50 up there.
The extra point team ran onto the field, but this time, they had special instructions.
Now I got the attention of our holder and tell him just to follow the ball. To me, that's pretty unbelievable that, you know, that we had that opportunity. Somebody's watching over us and made that happen.
We remember Noah, and we remember that our coach told us that he was going to look down on us, which he did. You know, we scored those 50 points for him.
An unforgettable victory that goes beyond the scoreboard.
It's just been a time that that's brought our team, in a sense, closer together.
And united a small town because of number 50, who will never be forgotten.